Okay. 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 I have a little PSA to start this off first because I am very mad at myself. I am very mad at myself for what I did. For what I did. But also, I believe I should get credited for this. I should get credited for this because of what happened during this Phillies game. I should be credited. I should, the Phillies should owe me a steak dinner. They should owe me a freaking lead on the World Series bus for what I did, my sacrifice. Because I went to this game. I went to this Phillies game, and you know what? I left. I left early in the seventh inning because, basically for the first 7 innings, very low energy. The Angels had the momentum throughout the entire thing. Kyle Gibson did not pitch good. We were sucking with runners in scoring position. And my seats were in the sun the entire time. So I was honestly getting tired. I was getting tired of sitting in the sun. I was getting tired of watching the lackluster energy that I was seeing from the ball club in this game, and also sometimes the brutal defense as well. So I left. I left. Went home, sat right here in the studio, turned on the screen. Eighth inning comes around. Philly's got a couple of runners on base. Then he get bases loaded, 2 outs. Bryce Harper. The dude hits a game-tying grand slam when the Angels were up 6-2. 6-2. Bryce Harper hits on a 3-2 count, hanging breaking ball. Game-tying grand slam. Let's go. And then at that moment, I'm like, fuck. I left. I hated myself. I completely hated myself. I went through so many emotions during these final couple of innings because Corey Knebel comes out for the ninth inning, instantly gives the Angels a 1-run lead. A couple of errors, a major error by Rhys Hoskins, error by Didi Gregorius, even though I don't think it was counted as an error. Should have caught the ball when JT was trying to throw to second base. The runner would have been out immediately. I was like, okay, now I'm happy I left this game because you know why? Corey Knebel came out and blew it. And then we go into the bottom of the ninth inning. Phillies got 2 runners on. Bryson Stott with a full count. Breaking ball at his feet. Walk-off shot. I'm like, everything happens when I leave. When I leave. Everything happens when I leave. But, like I said, the Phillies owe me everything. They owe me season tickets. They owe me a steak dinner, everything. They owe me a seat on the World Series bus. I made the sacrifice. Me leaving was the sacrifice the Phillies needed to win this ball game to make an epic comeback and beat the Los Angeles Angels by a score of 9-7. Man, that was interesting. That was definitely an interesting ball game. It was. A lot of things that I did not like, and a lot of things that I did like, i.e., everything that happened later in the ball game. A lot of stuff that happened in the beginning of the ball game I did not like. So we're definitely going to get into a lot of this stuff in a little bit. So before we get into everything, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that if you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events. This is the place to be at, depending on the outcome, great or miserable, depending on the outcome. And if you're a current viewer of the channel, I am grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. And if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Tickets to any upcoming event, Phillies tickets, get yourself some home tickets for the Phillies. Deal you can't pass up. Free $20 in your pocket. Use it for anything you can think of, basically. Parking, concessions. Great deal. Don't pass up on it. $20 off for TTP Sports. First purchase at SeatGeek today. So, Phillies beat the Angels by a score of 9-7. The Phillies are now on a 4-game winning streak. The Angels are now on an 11-game losing streak. The Phillies are now 4 games below 500 at 25-29. They are still undefeated in the Rob Thompson era. But there are a lot of things that I did not enjoy with this ball game because Kyle Gibson on the mound was not good. He was not good at all. He didn't last more than 4 innings in this ball game. He barely, got an out in the 4th inning. So he was not good. A 5-run, blowout by the Angels. Are we back? We back? Okay, hopefully we are back because the Wi-Fi just completely crapped out on me. Hopefully that is not a sign of bad things to come with the Wi-Fi. But still, we're looking fine right now, most likely. Let me just keep looking at this just to make sure. Yes, we are good. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties do happen from time to time. But like I was talking about, Kyle Gibson was just, not the best. Definitely not the best out there. 5 runs in the 4th inning by the Angels. Really just couldn't find a way to get an out. And that was a huge, just really, you know, not a good inning. Definitely not a good inning whatsoever. So basically, if you look at his stat line, 3 and a third innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts on 70 pitches. His ERA is now up to 4.40. The bullpen honestly was actually pretty solid if you're not, paying attention to what Corey Knebel did in the 9th inning, but you do have to pay attention to that. Nick Nelson was solid in 2 and a third innings. Chris Sanchez was really good. Familia was actually pretty solid, even though he did allow a run, but that was off of an error because of Bryson Stott, even though during that inning he made a ridiculous play on Mike Trout. And then, he had another error later in that inning, which allowed a run to score. So that's what happened in that situation. And Corey Knebel allowed that, RBI hit off of, a play that Rhys Hoskins has to make in that top of the 9th inning. But still, we look at basically throughout this entire game. Like I said earlier on, it just felt really dead, really, really dead because, first 2 innings, the Phillies had their chances early on in the ball game. Now, if we go to that bottom of the 3rd inning, the Phillies have bases loaded. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Rhys Hoskins gets a walk, Bryce Harper gets a walk, and Nick Castellanos gets a walk. Then JT Realmuto grounds to first base, inning over right there. 2 out bases loaded situation, you don't score. Had a feeling that was going to come back to haunt them, and it absolutely did. Duffy leads off the top of the 4th for the Angels with a single. Shohei Ohtani doubles. Mike Trout walks after Kyle Gibson gets ahead in the count 0-2. And then the rest of the stuff happens. Walsh gets an RBI single, scores 2 runs. Adele gets an RBI infield hit. This was a situation where Alec Boehm looked like he double clutched a little bit, tried to throw to second base, but then second guessed it, tried throwing to first, and everyone was safe. A run scores, makes it 3-0. And then Suzuki, he gets an RBI single, makes it 4-0. Wade gets an RBI ground out, fielder's choice situation, so it becomes a 5-0 lead for the Angels in that instance. Nelson comes out for the rest of that garbage. He gets out of the inning. So basically all the harm is done there in that situation. So if we look at the rest of the game, Phillies do have their chances. Alec Boehm in the bottom of the 4th leadoff wall. Camargo does get a single, but then nothing really happens from there. Kyle Schwarber hit it to deep center field, basically, but nothing really happened there. Died right at the warning track. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is when the Phillies, I guess you can say, start chipping into the lead. Rhys Hoskins led off with a hit by pitch. Bryce Harper then got a double. Nick Castellanos got a sacrifice fly, scored a run. JT Realmuto with an RBI groundout. So chipping into the lead. Chipping into the lead, it becomes a 5-2 lead for the Angels. And then we go to that top of the 8th inning. Mike Trout grounds out to Bryson Stott, who made a fantastic play. But then Jared Walsh, the very next batter, got on with a error because of Bryson Stott. And then eventually Familia allowed a run on an RBI single by Marsh, made it a 6-2 lead. But then we go to this bottom of the 8th inning for the Phillies. Very, very a lot of things going on. Odubel Herrera leads off with a single. Camargo then got into a fielder's choice. So it was a weird situation in this. So it was a throwing error. Odubel was able to go to third base. Bryson Stott grounded into a fielder's choice. So basically, it looked like all this was. So I guess on the Camargo ground out, they tried doing everything. I guess everyone just appeared safe. Bryson Stott then grounded into a fielder's choice. So you got 1 out in this situation. Kyle Schwarber walks. So you get bases loaded for Rhys Hoskins. He strikes out. And this is when the Angels bring out Raciel Iglesias to try to get, I guess the 2 innings save at this point. Strikes out Rhys Hoskins. Bryce Harper battling throughout this entire at-bat, a 7-pitch at-bat, takes the first 2 strikes, so basically an 0-2 count to start off the at-bat, swings at the first pitch, misses, fouls off the second pitch, takes the next 2 pitches for balls, fouls off another one, gets another ball, so it's a 3-2 count for Bryce Harper, and Iglesias hangs the changeup right down the heart of the plate, and Bryce Harper crushes it into the second deck for a grand slam and a game-tying grand slam. 6-6 ball game. So how's that for, clutch at batting right there from Bryce Harper? Nick Castellanos almost went back-to-back. He hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, but it died right at the warning track. So basically, all your damage was done thanks to Bryce Harper and his amazingness. That's basically what I'm describing here. But then we go into the top of the ninth inning for the Angels. Corey Knebel comes out here, walks Kurt Suzuki on 4 pitches. Then Wade tries to bunt. Fielder's choice there. Phillies, they get Suzuki out at second base so to get the lead runner. And then we go to the rest of the inning. You got a ground out, so you get 2 outs right now. Then Matt Duffy comes up. So during this situation, Wade steals second base. Probably should have been out if Didi Gregorius was able to get the ball. And then during this entire situation, Johan Camargo, I think it was on that fielder's choice in the bottom of the 8th inning, came up limping a little bit there, and he came out of the ball game the next inning. Didi Gregorius comes into the ball game. Didi Gregorius was called up, by the way, and then Nick Maton was put on the 10-day DL. So Didi comes into the ball game, first appearance in a long time. First chance, and he boops the throw from JT Realmuto, which probably would have been an easy out at second base. Doesn't turn into that way. And then you get a single by Duffy to right field on a play that Rhys Hoskins probably should have made a terrible play at first base to try to even get it. Yeah, man. I apologize a lot for this Wi-Fi connection. I have no idea why it's so bad today. But I'm going to try not to go long enough if the Wi-Fi is going to continue to go off. So I'm going to finish recapping this game and then basically go off there. Because this game is just really, well, not the game, really. It's just the Wi-Fi right now. It's just being really bad. I have no idea why. Probably got to reset the router. But at the end of the day, shit happens. So continuing to go on the rest of this game. Going to the bottom of the 9th. JT lines out to start the inning. Alec Boehm gets a single, but then it was a deep single to the warning track, but I feel like he probably should have been at second base on this situation, so even though he gets a single, and then Odubel Herrera, he flies out, so this entire situation is with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Didi Gregorius singles in his first at-bat in a long time, so 2 outs, Bryson Stott at the plate, 3-2 count. So this is another 3-2 count in this situation. Takes the first 3 pitches for ball. So it's a 3-0 count for Bryson Stott. Next pitch to strike. Next pitch foul ball. 3-2 count. Hanging curveball. Crushes it into the right field stands. Walk-off home run for Bryson Stott. And the game is over. The Phillies win by a score of 9-7. Man, what a crazy ball game. What a crazy ball game. Looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber went 0-4, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Rhys Hoskins 0-2 with technically 3 walks. He got hit by a pitch twice and he walked once. So there you go right there. Bryce Harper goes 2-4 with the, game-tying grand slam and a double in this ball game with 4 RBIs and a walk. Nick Castellanos, he goes 0-3 with a sac fly, so he gets the RBI in this ball game. JT Realmuto goes 0-5. Alec Boehm goes 3-4, so this is definitely a day at the plate that he desperately needed. Odubel Herrera goes 1-4. Johan Camargo. Wi-Fi is just so bad today. This Wi-Fi, it's like when you look on, because I'm doing this on StreamYard, the Wi-Fi is bad just because you'll see your screen go black and then you'll see the little Wi-Fi signal at the top. I don't know why it's so bad today. But like I said, I'm going to try to end this off as quickly as possible. So there you go. Bryson Stott, he was 0-4 basically for the entirety of this ball game, but then he got the last hit where it mattered, which was a walk-off 3-run shot. Phillies, before, the Bryce Harper hit and the Bryson Stott hit, they were 0-7 with runners in scoring position. So they're low in hits, but runners in scoring position in this ball game turned out to be 7 runs. Grand slam by Bryce and a walk-off shot by Stott. So there you go. The Las Vegas connection there. So really good. Definitely really good in that situation. Got some guys in the chat here. Channel name says game was hype. Rattle says don't get sucked in. This is the same type of performance that happened in the back-to-back Mariners and Dodgers. Then they sucked. Phillies are allergic to momentum. Yeah, I'm definitely not, getting sucked in. I'm just, enjoying the win. That's basically all I'm doing right here. Enjoy the win, not getting sucked into what they're doing right now. You got to, see how they can do this for a long stretch. Bryce Grand Slam absolutely was awesome. It definitely was awesome right there. So I think that's where I'm going to call it here, boys, just because I don't want, more Wi-Fi issues. I'm having so much issue with the internet right now. I have no idea why it hasn't been this bad in a while. So I guess, a good old reset of the modem is needed right here. But I thank you everyone for joining the stream as always. Do not forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to check out everything down in the description below, the painted lines, BrodesMedia, everything like that. Don't forget to check those out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to use the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek, everyone. And I will see you next time.